Hello and welcome to this edition of the Time with Hime podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Cordes, joined by Superintendent Hime and some guests.
Yes, Yay! We have guests today. We have our, we call it STAC.
STAC. I have to go through the acronyms.
Yeah, STAC, yeah. Superintendents Teacher Advisory Committee. It's one thing we started this year as part of our empowerment program that we applied for the money. The background in 2020 or somewhere, the legislators, they passed away to use some of the lottery money to pay teachers extra for doing extra things and being in leadership positions. So we applied to use our Teachers of the Year. And today we have two of our higher level because we based it upon where you finished in Teacher of the Year, and both of these teachers with us have been finalists for the State Teacher of the Year. Yay.
Yay.
So what we're going to have them do, because the one thing I've tried to do is make sure STAC is about the teachers and not about the superintendent, because we want them to run the committee and then bring me their advice, not me go try to manipulate what they want me to do. They bring it to me. So you guys go ahead, introduce yourselves, what buildings you're at, and tell us about this new committee we started for our teachers to have a voice in what goes on at LPS.
You want to go first?
Sure. Okay. I'm Stephanie Overby. I teach at Eisenhower Elementary School.
And I'm Scott Smith, and I teach advanced art at the Life Ready Center.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll go. So STAC, we are really excited about being on that committee. It is for us to be able to inform our superintendent on different things that we're seeing throughout the district. The important part about that is it's coming from teachers. And so the first part was sent out. We sent out a survey, completely anonymous. So if you have not sent your surveys back, we don't know. And so we can't hear your voice if you are not doing those things. But that was the first step. Tomorrow we'll all get together and we will go through that information and present the data to Mr. Hime so that we can see what our district is saying. Because as you always say, it does not have to be bad to get better. And so that's Absolutely. What we want to work on.
So one of the things that you hear, I've been a teacher in our district for 20 years now, and one of the things that you hear is sometimes teachers feel that they're not heard, and I can see that. I've seen that in the past, but now we're trying to change. Our district has been in a revolution in the past few years, and if you look around our district, you see just beautiful things happening all over the place, just like this podcast with our students. And so we wanted to create a situation where our teachers can give us honest feedback where we can do things to make our district better. Now, one of the things that I really would like to focus on while we're doing this is we want to make sure that we are getting your feedback. What are some things that we can do better? Because like you said, it doesn't have to be bad to be better. But we also want to make sure that we have a solution. We want to come up with a solution to the problem because a problem doesn't do us any good if we don't have a solution for it. So we're going to take feedback from what we've sent to you. And again, it is completely anonymous. This is not a gotcha. We just want to get your honest feedback in what it is that we could make better. And we'd like your feedback on how can we make it better. So if, like she said, if you have not filled out those surveys, please do that because this is coming from a good place. I promise you that. And we just want to make our district amazing.
And I think, Mr. Hime, to their point, too, of getting the feedback and being anonymous, you guys even opened it up to support.
Yes.
Support personnel.
Yes.
They could share feedback about what they thought about the questions you guys had, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And the great thing about that is it's not just educators in the building. It's our support staff. It's our kitchen. It's our, custodial people. It's everyone. And so just being able to get those thoughts from everyone within the district helps us so that we can let Mr. Hime know what you're hearing. Boots on the ground is always going to be a great way to get that information to him. And so if he doesn't know, there's no way that he could fix it or even attempt to fix it. So that's the goal with this.
And Mr. Hime always says, we're the experts, and it's up to us to make sure we get that information to him. Mm-hmm. I will tell you one of the most wonderful things that I love about working for LPS right now is there's a very strong family type feeling, at least in my building, I know for sure. And we're involved with our custodians, and we're involved with our cooks, and everything works because we're all here together, working together. And having great leadership and having a say-so, if everybody's invested in our district, it only makes it better for our students, the teachers, for everybody. So please buy into this with us, and let's make our district the best we can make it.
Now let's talk quickly about the makeup.
Okay.
So just so everybody understands, you know, one of the hardest things when they create laws and you can apply for some form of merit pay is how do you decide who's more important? You know, you say, well, test scores. Well, this young lady sitting here, she's one of the greatest teachers I've ever been around, but she teaches kindergarten. She doesn't have test scores. How do we figure out how to give her merit pay? How do we figure out for the art teacher? The great teacher, you know, who's more important, the art teacher or the English teacher, the art teacher or the football coach? So you always have that balance because, like Mr. Smith said, we're all in this together. Absolutely. We all want to pull the oar. So how did we figure? So the first thing we thought is, okay, we know we have people who have been state teachers of the year. We'll put them on the committee. They've been State Teacher of the Year finalists. They're on the committee. That's like a lifetime appointment. As long as they want to be part of the committee, they're on the committee. Then our District Teachers of the Year, they're on the committee for basically a lifetime appointment. Now, we may, after 5 or 6 years, if that small, what we call kind of our executive group gets too big, then we may roll that back. And then our finalists for Teacher of the Year, those 3 others finalists from each elementary and secondary, they're on the committee. And then we'll also have some activities for all of our building teachers of the year. And again, this is kind of started this year and moving in so that each building will have one. And one of the ideas with that building teacher of the year having some input and getting to meet is also to make sure when buildings are voting on their teacher of the year, they realize that person's going to be their voice with STAC or with our teacher advisory for a year. And the idea is give everybody eyes, give everybody ears, and try to get as much information as we can and try to get prudent information of what can we do to be better. I mean, you know, we talked about last year, one of the things we threw together at the last minute, I always love because I throw things out there and I throw them at Lynn or Skyla, who, as people know, is my admin assistant. And the family fun night last year we did right before school started.
That was nice.
We just threw it together. I said, you know, we used to do this at one of my smaller schools. Could we do this at a big school? Oh, yeah, we can do it. You know, they're just, you know, and there's a lot of things people have seen or experienced that they can bring to the table because Family Fun Night went from this little thing to this giant thing. And you know, it'd be great for me to say I did something except for say, hey, can we do Family Fun Night? And then left and let all the great people do it. I guess that's what great leaders do. Have a great idea and get out. They do all the work, then you take all the credit. You know,
we were glad to move you out of the way, sir. We were glad.
But some of those things like that we can do as a district, that includes our employees, our students, and again, you kind of use some of them. You know, you have those deals. You don't have to be bad to get better. Remove the obstacles, create the opportunities. You know, that's our number one goal here. You know, we want to, what are those opportunities? We talked to some of our student advisories. What do our teachers look like? How do we create better opportunities for our teachers to feel stronger? So we thank y'all for being on it and coming to talk to us about it. Anything else, the last words to it you want to?
I'd just like to say it took a village for me to get where I'm at. And we're here to provide a village for our children. But, you know, the same goes for our teachers and our principals. You know, we're all in this together and everybody needs support. We all need support. And that's what this is about, looking out for each other.
Oh, yeah. And really, if you have something in the meantime, there is an email in there that you are welcome to send something to. And it would just be kind of a reply back. But really, let's work together. Let's make it better because when it's better, we want to be here and we need to be here for our students.
We see you and we hear you.
Right.
Although I don't mind getting in emails, we got info at LPS, Lawton Public School, LawtonPS.org. Info, been gone too long. INFO at LawtonPS.org. You can always send and get info or things here. And then our webpage, which is LawtonPS.org. But sometimes people are afraid if it comes to me or whatever, they want to be anonymous. That's another thing these guys are for. I'm telling you, they want you to email them. They want you to call them, tell them things because there's two things. Another one of those things I use a lot that somebody used or got basically, I can't fix it if I don't know it's broke.
Right.
And that's a big thing I talk about. If I don't know something's broke, some people, I can't believe he's letting that happen. Well, maybe I'm not. And that can be the same with your principal, your custodian, your cook, or anyone. Your next door neighbor. It can be anyone. If you notice something's, try to find a tactful way. Well, with this, you got people you can reach out to and not worry about there being some kind of recourse or something like that because you brought something to someone's attention.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank
joining
you for having us. We appreciate
Yes.
it.
I know we'll be hearing from them soon enough with the results and some other things. So you'll see some new people next time that's a part of the committee. So thank you guys. Now hang tight with us because we've got a few more celebrations that we have to get to.
Elementary spotlight.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to do that at the very end so that
Okay.
we can't forget. We do have something new because our littles can't come here. They can't travel like our bigs. So we want to make sure we take
Yep,
care of them.
elementary spotlight.
So we'll
Awesome.
do that before we leave.
Awesome. Now, I will tell you, as you know, that we've been here on a personal note. I've had 2 new grandbabies in the last month. So that's kind of why we've been a little bit scattered because I've been trying to work grandbabies, take a few days here. And with 2 coming, that makes 7. So getting on up there in
Get your
age,
hands
but
full.
very, 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 very excited for that. And thank you for all of my team who supported me and all those as I was in and out and work, you know. As we say in 2025, you take a vacation day, you don't get a vacation day because you're always working, but abroad. But it does take a strong leadership team and strong staff for me to be able to spend that quality time with those grandbabies as they come into the world and so forth. And a big shout out to all those around me that kept things moving smoothly. So our celebrations.
Yes, we had a busy weekend. We had our wrestling
Yes.
crew that went. We have a 5A state champion,
Awesome.
Kaden Wallace. So congratulations.
Yes.
But we are not done there, too. We had other medalists at Lawton High, Tiana Fields, first female in Lawton history to place. So she was, and a great artist. Mr. Smith knows her well.
There we
Yes.
go.
So congratulations to her. And again, several
You
medalists.
knew when you told them they just had to stay here and be quiet, that wasn't going to work.
It's okay. It adds to it. We love it. We love it. Great banter.
It's all good.
That's good. That works. And then, a shout out to our EHS bowling, our
Yes.
students that went out there. They are champions as well.
Yep.
And then there's so many, you guys. Lawton High, regional champions for basketball. And now Lawton High and MacArthur
Boys.
Boys. Yes, boys, sorry. Area is happening next.
This
so
week. Hopefully we
that's-
get on to the state tournament and they get to be a part of. This is the last year of the big house. So it's a big celebration there. So just Lawton High is going to win this weekend. And when they do, those games are a little bit, it's not the normal Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's a Monday game and all that. And when we find out when they play, everybody don't stress. If they play at 10 o'clock, we'll put Lawton High on virtual or something so that all of our students and teachers can go cheer them on. We'll work with it. You guys know as a district, again, we always try to take care of everyone. It's one of the advantages we have as districts to put aside on there. Big shout out to them. And they've had a really great year. And no pressure, but we're expecting them to move on.
That's right. So good luck to MacArthur and Lawton High
Yes.
School as they go to area play. And then I could name all the sports, spring sports, soccer,
Woo!
baseball. I mean,
Isn't it
everything.
amazing the weather? Oklahoma weather. Wasn't a week ago and we were just, we took virtual. We were out because it was too cold to come to school.
we got a little bit of rain last night, so
Yeah,
that works.
but
And
it's
then we'll
just
see
nice
how
out
the rest
there now.
of it.
It's just amazing how fast the weather changes, isn't it?
But we have turf, so that doesn't impact the
Yep.
ones that are outside. So
It's storm season.
I know. Keep up your information, you guys,
Yes.
with your schools. And if you have changed any numbers, make sure to contact your school because that is the primary way for us to send out the information and keep you guys up to date as best as possible. Thank you to our Freedom families that had to deal with the water issue on Fort Sill. You're back. So,
Yes.
Yay. We're excited
Big
for that.
shout out to the team.
Yes, Freedom's team and
our maintenance team, Jack and
yes.
his team. They did a great job out there getting all that going. And
Mr. Hime's such a busy man, we have to shut him off on that one.
my phone's always off. Why does my phone go off?
It's a lot of things happening. Spring break is in 2 weeks, not this week, next week, and then we're out. So,
Wow,
you guys,
it's
it's
gonna
gonna
be April.
it's gonna be
State
fast. and
testing's
furious.
around the corner. Make sure you're paying attention when your child tests. Oh, I don't think it's up there. Didn't we have 3 academic all-staters?
We did.
We'll have them on the show maybe
Yes.
next week if we can set it
Okay,
up.
congratulations.
To our
Yes,
academic all-staters.
we'll get that information
Hey,
out there.
again, we had more than all the people around us put together.
Great job, you guys.
Great
and we
job,
appreciate
Lawton.
that. Yes. Now,
Teachers,
that's
you
right.
know.
Before we leave, though, we
And you
want
know if a kid makes academic all-stater, the kindergarten teacher's part of that too.
All of our teachers.
Yes,
Woohoo!
all the way up. Yes, again, it takes a team. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. We're going to do two things. So if you'll give them our email again one more time and our website.
LawtonPS.org is our website. And our email that you get information is info, I-N-F-O, at LawtonPS.org. Again, if you want questions, people on the podcast, or different things, send it to us. And we'll, just like next week, or if we don't get them next week, we'll get them in the next few weeks, our 3 academic all-staters, because we really would like to celebrate them and get them on and talk, because that's a huge honor. And when people win those honors, not only is it an honor for them, it's an honor for every teacher at Lawton Public Schools. Because when a student gets academic all-state, there's a lot of people in that school had input in a part of that, and their parents, of course.
Absolutely. And before we let you go completely, we don't get to bring our elementary students here as often as we like. So we have a new spotlight. Every week we will do our elementary 60-second or so spotlight. And these are stories from our students and what they're doing at their building. So before we tune off, you guys enjoy that. But for us, when we get back, you won't see us. So we're going to say be well, stay safe, and make positive impacts. Enjoy the spotlight.